In the Parsha we learn of the plague of Tzaras. Tzaras was something that would probably resemble leprosy, but it was a spiritual type of sickness where spots and markings would appear on a person's flesh, and as a result he had to go outside of the entire camp and live in isolation, totally in isolation. He couldn't even be with other people in the same situation as him, but the person had to be in total isolation until he was healed from this plague. The plague, our rabbis teach us, comes as a result of speaking lashon hara, evil speech, maligning other people, maligning other fellow Jews, speaking badly about fellow Jews. Even though one tells the truth, it's still considered a great sin to speak badly of other people unless there's a real need to impart important information to others. What's interesting though is the punishment is that a person is isolated outside of the camp. Until he is healed, he must be totally outside of the camp and he must be totally alone. And even though the plague of Tzaras does not apply to us nowadays, we don't merit to have this special heavenly intervention in our times, nevertheless, the effect of the sin is almost the same. Because when one does speak badly of his friends, of others, so then there is a natural alienation. He naturally becomes separated from them. And when he starts speaking about people, it could lead to him speaking about other people, and yet other people, and yet other people. He becomes a person who speaks badly of others, and therefore the natural effect is almost the same as the Torah punishment. He becomes alienated from other people, he becomes disconnected from other people, and therefore he becomes all alone. He's all alone, just like the person who has tzaras has to be outside of the camp and totally isolated. And that we understand is really the greatest punishment of all. Even though we don't have the skin disease, but we have the worst effect. The worst effect is to be isolated. The worst effect is to be without anyone else, without any friends. He has an amazing idea to add to this, and that is that ideally we really shouldn't speak negatively about any person or anything, any object that comes into our lives that can help us. Even to speak about inanimate objects, if we speak negatively about them, the reality of this mistaken attitude is that we even become alienated from physical objects. We can become alienated from the world around us. It's almost as if the world around us shuns us. And therefore, to promote our own well-being and to promote our own happiness and success, we should always try never to say anything negative. Never to even try and think. Never to think anything negative about any person or even any object.